You're not built for that, son.
They're always with you. The stories you've told. The ones you never could.
Good work, Proby.
This is a story.
Get ready to dive into the past. NCIS Origins explores Gibbs' backstory. The beloved NCIS franchise is taking a thrilling leap through time with its new prequel series, NCIS Origins, set to unveil the enigmatic past of Leroy Jethro Gibbs. As fans eagerly await the show's premiere, Mark Harmon reflects on casting the young Gibbs, Austin Stoll, revealing there was heavy competition until Stoll walked in, earning the title of a movie star from Harmon himself. The excitement doesn't stop there. Harmon also recalls asking Stoll, "Are you ready for this?" before stepping into the iconic role. Behind the camera, real-life friendships among the cast, from Harmon and Rocky Carroll to Michael Weatherly and Cote de Pablo, bring an added layer of connection that fans will adore. Mark Harmon also hints at a glowing compliment received by Stoll after his audition, raising anticipation for the series. Plus, don't miss out on catching the NCIS Season 22 premiere live tonight. It's a great time to be an NCIS fan. Stay tuned for more details and prepare to journey back in time with Gibbs like never before. Hey, lovely viewers, welcome to our channel Grey's Anatomy. NCIS, a franchise, learns to time travel with prequel series Origins. As humans in a changing world, we crave continuity, reliability. Before we walk into a room, we like to be fairly certain of what we'll find: walls, floor, furniture, not hot coals or clouds of poison gas. Thus the popularity of the franchise. It may not lead to great, revolutionary art, but at the end of a long day, when you kick off your shoes and sink down into the sofa, you may not be in the mood for Les Demoiselles d'Avignon, or a stuffed goat with a tire around its middle. NCIS, for Naval Criminal Investigative Service, is a theoretically inexhaustible series about an elevated team of military police investigating cases involving military personnel. You might think that is too shallow a drawer to fill several series over many years. But you would be wrong, especially given how thin the writers are willing to stretch that connection. The series offers a full-course meal of mainstream theatrical possibilities. It's a police procedural, a metaphorical family comedy, a workplace comedy, a soap opera, a melodrama, a low-budget action adventure. You get good-looking heroes, a smattering of goofballs, a quirky medical examiner or two, a little romance, the amino acids of many such procedurals, to be sure, but NCIS is especially deft at combining kickback entertainment with lean-forward tension. The Military Association adds a patriotic element, which I imagine some viewers prize, though the very premise of the series implies that the military is not squeaky clean. These aren't shows I customarily watch, but it's easy to see why people do. The franchise has included iterations set in Los Angeles, New Orleans, Hawaii and Sydney, each applying local color and flavor to a tried-and-true formula. Some have come and gone, some have not been around long enough to go, but none is likely to display the staying power or global penetration of the original, about to embark Monday on its 22nd season. Following that premiere on CBS, home to all the NCIS series, is the newest addition to the family, NCIS Origins. Instead of setting up in a new city, however, we are being sent through time, back to 1991, when a newly minted special agent, Leroy Jethro Gibbs, Austin Stoll, played by Mark Harmon in the original and narrating here, has just joined the team he will one day lead. A team that has not yet added the C to its acronym, which looks odd on the windbreakers but is quicker to bark at suspects. We are in Oceanside, a new city, after all, on the grounds of Camp Pendleton. That it's the least obviously sexy setting in the NCIS collection, no offense, Oceanside, not to say the ocean itself, is echoed in the team's drab Quonset hut headquarters, a stark contrast to the bright, modern, high-tech layers of the contemporary shows. Here, we're in a world of phone booths, pagers and bulky computers no one knows how to work, of Walkmans and videotape, which both simplifies and complicates the action. It is, in its way, a kind of relief, a vacation from now. Harmon, who left the series after the 19th season to be replaced by Gary Cole, established the model of the NCIS team leader, the stern yet supportive surrogate parent, time-worn, time-tested, ever ready to buck hidebound authority when necessary. Young Gibbs, a Marine sniper just recalled from Iraq after the murder of his wife and child, is not, yet, that person, though we get some hints he might be, his numbered rules, his gut feelings. At the moment, he's neck-deep in trauma, getting in bar fights, failing his psych eval. There is some concern that he's unstable, not quite Mel Gibson in Dash, Lethal Weapon and crazy, but potentially a danger to himself and others. That the main character is a member of the team rather than its leader, as in other NCIS series, can feel a little awkward, given that it's necessary for Gibbs, fresh behind the ears though he may be, to stand out from the group, that he see what others miss, and can handle a situation in an original way. When he says of a suspect, he's not our guy, it won't be that guy. It throws the ensemble off balance. The team leader is Mike Franks, Kyle Schmid, Gibbs' cowboy predecessor and mentor, with his horseshoe mustache, dark glasses and cigarettes. He's like a 90s cop dressed as a 70s cop. Older Franks, played by Muse Watson, appeared in some dramatic episodes of NCIS. Hotshot agent Lala Dominguez, Mariel Molino, is competitive and wary of Gibbs. "You're on my squad," says Gibbs upon meeting her. "No, you're on mine," she replies, reasonably enough. Agent Vera Strickland, Diane Rodriguez, who briefly appeared in the original series, is so far underused. Only 4 episodes were available for review. Dark feelings and internal conflicts characterize these first episodes, which are full of raised voices, clenched jaws and steely stares. Necessary mood lightening is supplied by Agent Randy Randolph, Caleb Martin Foote, friendly, chatty and the only one who wears a suit to work, head secretary in charge Mary Jo Hayes, Tyla Abercrombie, and Granville the Granny Dawson, Daniel Bellamy, promoted after a couple of episodes to the K-9 squad and the care of a dog named Special Agent Gary Callahan. It's just the one dog, but he's all the dog you need. Bobby Moynihan, major comic relief, Lori Petty and Julian Black Antelope provide forensic backup. As to Stoll, he is square-jawed and broad-shouldered, and though his casting was obviously the end of many discussions, he does not strike me as someone who will grow up to become Mark Harmon. Harmon's son Sean, who had the original idea for Origins, developed by franchise vets David J. North and Gina Lucida Monreal, played the younger Gibbs in NCIS flashbacks. He could stand to relax a little. But perhaps that's the point. NCIS, Origins, release date and how to watch without cable. The all-new show delves into Leroy Jethro Gibbs' backstory. Fans of TV's biggest police procedural drama are set to take a trip back to the early 90s with NCIS, Origins, an all-new show that uncovers Leroy Jethro Gibbs' early days at the investigative squad. Rising star Austin Stoll takes on the part of Gibbs in a role previously made famous by Mark Harmon. NCIS fans will still get their fix of the veteran actor, with Harmon set to take the role as series narrator, as well as a promised guest appearance, his first in an NCIS show since 2021's Great Wide Open. Read on to find out how to watch Season 1 of NCIS, Origins without cable. When does NCIS, Origins start? NCIS, Origins debuts in the US with a double helping of episodes on Monday, October 14th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time on CBS, straight after the premiere of Season 22 of NCIS, which is set to air at 8 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time. New episodes drop at the same time every Monday. Watch NCIS, Origins in the US. If you have CBS on cable, you can tune into the show on linear TV or live stream via the CBS website. All you'll need for sign-in is your cable provider details. There's also the added bonus of being able to watch previous seasons of NCIS and much more. You can also stream episodes the next day on Paramount Plus, or if you want to watch NCIS Origins live but don't have CBS, the Paramount Plus with Showtime option includes live CBS. Cord cutters can also select a live TV streaming service like YouTube TV or Fubo to stream CBS content without cable. Paramount Plus carries NCIS Origins. Paramount Plus Essential is the cheaper, ad-supported option for the streaming service. To go ad-free, you can get Paramount Plus with Showtime, which has ads on live content and a few TV shows. The higher-priced version also includes downloads and live feeds from your local CBS station. YouTube TV carries CBS with NCIS Origins live in the U.S. There are numerous live TV streaming services available in the U.S. that carry CBS Live, allowing you to watch NCIS Origins as soon as it airs every Monday, and YouTube TV is our favorite. It costs $73 a month. Plug in your zip code on its welcome page to see which local networks are available in your area. Read our YouTube TV review. Mark Harmon asked NCIS Origins new Gibbs, Austin Stoll, "Are you ready for this?" Even the NCIS origin story for Austin Stoll has a crackerjack opening. The impossibly rugged actor, 39, had tried to clear his mind after his February audition for NCIS Origins, the prequel series to the CBS police procedural, premiering Monday, 9 Eastern Daylight Time/Pacific Daylight Time, after the 22nd season opener of the OG series. After all, these were high stakes, seeking the coveted role of young Leroy Jethro Gibbs, famously embodied by Mark Harmon for 19 TV glory-filled seasons. Gibbs is the guy in the NCIS universe, even after the iconic character retired to fly fishing in Alaska when Harmon stepped aside in 2021. So Stoll went off the grid, skiing with Charlie Jennings, his best friend and agent. It was robust bliss, until Stoll received a miracle message on the reception patchy mountaintop saying Harmon, an Origins executive producer and narrator, wanted to talk. "Mark wanted to speak to me, and you can guess what about," says Stoll, who went ski hill rogue. "We had to get down the mountain and get reliable service ASAP. We raced down that hill, take off our gear, jump into the Jeep, and fly down the highway to get reliable service. And we do." Mark calls. "We literally pull off the highway." Harmon signaled that Stoll would very likely get the role of his younger NCIS self in CBS Origins. Mark was very complimentary. He said, "It's been you from the second you walked in the room," Stoll says. "And he asked me, 'Are you ready for this?'" Austin Stoll said after his Star Wars casting disappointment, Onward. "Oh, he's ready." Stoll has been prepping for takeoff since earning a guest role in 2010 on NCIS, Los Angeles, and playing a big-hearted swim champion in 2 A Dolphin Tale movies alongside Chris Christopherson. "He was an amazing man, talk about a real-life superhero," Stoll says. The music legend died last month at age 88. Stoll even had a serious run at a major Star Wars movie role with J. Abrams. He was flown to London's Pinewood Studios and donned a Star Wars costume and makeup for a day. But the role went to another actor. "Of course. It's devastating," Stoll says. "This is a wonderful job, but the process is tough. But I always have said the same thing when I don't get a job." Onward. Abrams introduced the actor to his mentor, Steven Spielberg, landing Stoll the role of U-2 spy plane pilot Francis Gary Powers in Spielberg's 2015 war drama, Bridge of Spies. That led to parts like the husband of tennis great Billie Jean King, Emma Stone, in the 1970s tennis drama, Battle of the Sexes, and smoldering Josh Templeman in the 2019 rom-com, The Hating Game, which paved the way for his frontrunner status in the NCIS Origins casting race Austin Stoll was hard to reach after NCIS Origins audition, so Gibbs. After his memorable audition, Origins executive producers Gina Lucida Monreal and David J. North faced familiar reception issues when they called to officially offer Stoll the role. He was out in a cabin in the middle of the woods with no internet and almost missed our call, North says. I got off the phone and said, "That's so Gibbs." Says Stoll, "One phone call that changes your life. And 2 phone calls that I nearly missed. But the Hollywood gods were looking out for me." Monreal says his physical likeness to Harmon was important. But Origins places Gibbs in 1991 as a Green Naval Investigative Service officer at California's Camp Pendleton, where the former Marine sniper deals with the murder of his wife and daughter. That required a presence that Stoll, who can turn on full Gibbs with one soulful-eyed look, inhabited. In this Origins moment, Gibbs is broken, Monreal says. We had to find someone who exuded that energy. That was just as difficult as the physical piece of this character. In Origins, Gibbs is far from the ultra-competent special agent in command. He's an unsteady newbie dealing with his trauma after failing his psychological evaluations. It was this raw premise, based on NCIS lore, that made Harmon's son Sean, who had played the young Gibbs in NCIS flashbacks, pitch Origins. He's now an executive producer. Young Gibbs has immediate Origins supporters, including Special Agent Lala Dominguez, Mariel Molino, and his eventual mentor Mike Franks, Kyle Schmid, whose power mustache is a scene stealer. He's electric, Stoll says. I already joke with him that we are going to see Frank's mustaches at Halloween parties. Stoll dived into research, reading 1980 U.S. Marine manuals to understand the life and taking long runs with a weighted-down backpack. He stepped up the rifle training he learned in 2018's Chris Hemsworth-led Afghanistan war film, 12 Strong, to look silently confident with Gibbs' rifle. Stoll still binge-watches NCIS episodes to pick up small mannerisms. I want to embody his essence. There are Gibbsisms, Stoll says. There is a head nod and he has this stare. That stare, and Harmon's intense blue eyes, are so pivotal that Stoll wears blue contact lenses over his naturally green eyes. Seeing the world that way changes his perspective. They make me feel different, he says. They're such a powerful tool. Harmon appears near a campfire in the Origins opening. The camera zooms up close on his stare, which morphs into Stoll's haunted look. It's not the passing of the throne, Mark Harmon has the throne, Stoll says. If it's the passing of the torch, he lit the torch. It's my job to show how this kid becomes that guy that people admire so much. But I get to play one of the world's greatest heroes. And that's pretty rock and roll. Mark Harmon recalls casting Austin Stoll as NCIS Origins young Leroy Gibbs. That's a movie star exclusive. Mark Harmon says there was heavy competition for the role he first created on the NCIS until Austin Stoll walked into the audition room. Mark Harmon created one of network TV's most beloved characters on NCIS back in 2003, Leroy Jethro Gibbs. How did he and fellow producers of new prequel series NCIS Origins cast a younger version of the iconic special agent? I felt the room jump a little when Austin came in. Before he said anything, Harmon tells people of Austin Stoll, the actor playing a 1991-era Gibbs in the new spin-off, premiering Monday, October 14th. After his audition, recalls Harmon, he walked out and someone said, "I'll just say it, that's a movie star." The 73-year-old former sexiest man alive is involved in Origins as well, as both executive producer and narrator, and appears in the premiere episode. It marks Harmon's first reappearance as Gibbs since his departure from NCIS in 2021. But the new drama is ultimately led by Stoll, 39, who admits to people he's never been on a show like this. It's what made his casting so crucial. There was heavy competition there, recalls Harmon of the other actors in contention for the role. There were a lot of good people. I would say that there were really few who drew the attention Austin did. Never miss a story. Sign up for People's free daily newsletter to stay up to date on the best of what People has to offer, from celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. In fact, he adds, I can say that about any role that was cast in this show, because they all came in one after another. We got everybody we wanted. NCIS Origins follows the beginnings of Gibbs' career as a special agent at the fledgling NCIS Camp Pendleton office, led by NCIS legend Mike Franks, Kyle Schmid, inheriting a role played in the flagship series by Muse Watson. Co-starring are Diane Rodriguez as the no-nonsense Vera Strickland, played on NCIS by Roma Mafia, plus Mariel Molino, Tyla Abercrombie, Bobby Moynihan and more. Harmon says casting was just one example of the new series becoming what he and writers Gina Lucida Monreal and David J. North envisioned. So often when you pitch something or talk about something or dream about something, the format by the time you get on air changes a lot, he says. Very rarely at the other end of it does it come out the way you thought. This has come out the way we thought, so far. Stoll has nothing but praise for Harmon and his Origins co-stars and crew. I like that responsibility, he says, of leading a show that keeps a team employed in Hollywood. It gives me great purpose. I don't just go to work for me, I go to work with everyone. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. I love it. Plus, he adds, the fact that I know that there's 300 million NCIS fans out there who are waiting to see what this is only makes me fight harder and make me want to fulfill their expectations. NCIS, the cast's real-life friendships behind the scenes. From Mark Harmon and Rocky Carroll to Michael Weatherly and Cote de Pablo, these actors became good friends. Following its premiere in 2003, fans have welcomed and waved goodbye to NCIS stars, past and present. Whether they've hung up their badges or continue to serve on the series, it's the memories and the friendships that truly stay with the cast. Mark Harmon, Michael Weatherly and Polly Parrott have each spoken about their time on the show, and the unbreakable bonds that they forged with David McCallum, Brian Dietzen and more. Here, we reveal which stars became close friends behind the scenes, Mark Harmon and Rocky Carroll. Rocky Carroll has called Mark Harmon his biggest supporter. Long before NCIS aired, the duo had worked together on the CBS medical drama, Chicago Hope from 1996 to 2000. My audition for NCIS had less to do with me auditioning and more to do with Mark Harmon saying, I know this guy, I like him, you should hire him, Rocky recalled to CBS News. Speaking about his character, Leon Vance's character development, Rocky added that his co-star was a huge help. Over time Leon, becomes a part of the team, even though he is the head of the organization, mused Rocky. The writers gave me a lot of leeway with regard to that. Having had a relationship with Mark Harmon prior to that was a huge help as well. During Mark's tenure on the show, Rocky hailed the actor's warm nature on set. Mark's very sensitive to the people around him, he told Closer Weekly. The reason it's such a great working atmosphere is he wouldn't have it any other way. You can just tell the kind of upbringing he had. Brian Dietzen and David McCallum. The late David McCallum served as a mentor to Brian Dietzen. Introduced on the set of NCIS in 2004, the Donald Ducky Mallard actor took Brian under his wing, offering advice to the fledgling star. While David passed away in 2023, the pair enjoyed 20 years of friendship, and in a testament to their unbreakable bond, Brian penned a special tribute episode to his dear friend. It aired in February 2024. Taking to Instagram, Brian also shared a heartfelt message about David. He had a quick and wry sense of humor and was generous with advice when I asked for it, explained the star. He was also quick to share praise for work well done. I loved getting a phone call from him after a show aired to hear him talk about the scenes, even as he appeared less and less in our show. The friendship and respect people saw between Ducky and Jimmy over the years mirrored the relationship we developed off-camera. Whether it was going on field trips for character research, attending charity events or catching some golf together, he was always up for an adventure. The guy could do anything. Michael Weatherly and Cote de Pablo. Michael Weatherly and Cote de Pablo had a great time together on set, and now they've teamed up again. Currently, the duo are shooting the spin-off series, Tony and Ziva in Budapest, after talking about the story for many years. Michael and Cote were first introduced in 2005 and it turns out they got off to a rocky start. Michael and I clicked immediately. We sort of hated each other immediately, and loved each other immediately, she told Entertainment Weekly. I walked into the audition and he thought, oh my god, she's gonna be so hard to work with. She's so complicated. And I thought, this guy's so incredibly unprofessional. After getting to know one another, the pair eventually became very close friends, according to Michael, who has since introduced Cote to his family. I mean, Cote will tell you you're wrong the minute you're wrong, he began. She calls me Shetty. She's like, Shetty, I know you think you're right but you're wrong. She and my wife get along very well, of course, because they both know that I'm wrong all the time. Brian Dietzen and Katrina Law. Brian Dietzen and Katrina Law are set to return in season 22 of NCIS. Their characters, Jimmy Palmer and Jessica Knight, may be going through a rocky patch, but in real life the actors love working together. Speaking to US Weekly, Katrina called Brian one of her favorite people to act alongside. I know that anytime I lob the ball at him he's gonna hit right back. So it's a joy to work with him, she explained. Echoing this sentiment, Brian has also commended Katrina. Noting that Jimmy and Jessica's relationship portrays two people who actually talk about what they're feeling, he added, it's been wonderful to discover what this very adult relationship means as we communicate with each other. And there is no one better to do it with than Katrina. Polly Parrott and David McCallum. Polly Parrott relished her time on set with the late David McCallum. After learning of his passing, the actress penned an emotional tribute on Instagram. Oh David. What a life. What a legend. What a journey. And your legacy will always be the love you have for your family. Love to Catherine and the kids and the grandkids, your absolutely very favorite things, she began. Mark Harmon reveals the huge compliment paid to Austin Stoll after his NCIS Origins audition. Mark Harmon is speaking out about casting Austin Stoll as the younger version of Leroy Jethro Gibbs in NCIS Origins, which will debut tonight on CBS. NCIS Origins will take place in the early 1990s. The 73-year-old actor portrayed Gibbs on the original NCIS from 2003 to 2021. He'll narrate NCIS Origins and make a cameo in the premiere episode. He also is executive producing the series. I felt the room jump a little when Austin came in. Before he said anything, Mark said of Austin. After Austin auditioned, Mark told people, he walked out and someone said, I'll just say it, that's a movie star. Mark added, there was heavy competition there. There were a lot of good people. I would say that there were really few who drew the attention Austin did. I can say that about any role that was cast in this show, because they all came in one after another. We got everybody we wanted. How to watch the NCIS Season 22 premiere live online. Can you believe that NCIS is back for its 22nd season? It all kicks off tonight. Here's everything you need to watch the NCIS Season 22 premiere live. It's time to check in with NCIS and see what's in store for the team once more. NCIS Season 22 is here, and we have some answers to our burning questions. Naturally, one of the biggest questions after the end of season 21 was whether Katrina Law would still be part of the series. In some excellent news, she is, and she's going to need to work with NCIS throughout the premiere. How to watch the NCIS season 22 premiere live. The new episode is going to air tonight, Monday, October 14th. Now there is a change to the time for 1 week only. We'll get this new episode at 8 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time, followed by the two-part series premiere of the prequel spin-off series NCIS, Origins. After this week, the time is going to change to 9 p.m. Eastern Time/Pacific Time. It's important to keep this in mind. You can watch on CBS, which is great for those with Paramount+. There is a live option in the United States. Plus, you can watch the episodes the day after on Paramount+, which means this episode will drop at 3 a.m. Eastern Time, 12 a.m. Pacific Time on Tuesday, October 15. What to expect in the NCIS Season 22 premiere. We know that Jessica Knight is leading React, and that leads to her being in a difficult and dangerous situation. It will rely on NCIS to help her out, but NCIS has its own issues to deal with. Torres is currently working undercover, and McGee is focused on getting a deputy director promotion. Then there's Palmer, who is dealing with the loss of Jessica after she chose her career over him. Parker is the one available to help, but he can't do it all alone. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.